So I'm Abby Williams. I'm an account manager here at Goodellnet, and I'm approaching my second year this summer.
So my name is Maurice Shim. I'm the operations manager here in our Indy office. I've been working with Goodellnet for 4 years now. Started as an account manager here, moved into operations and into my current role probably 2 years ago, I would say.
Well, I'm Ben Davis. I'm a strategic consultant here at Goodellnet. I've been here for a little over 2 years.
Rutledge Doggett, account manager. I've been with Goodellnet 4.5 years now. Started as a client-side engineer, and then now I'm an account manager.
Leadership Academy is structured in a way that allows people who are interested in learning more about leadership, obviously, to apply for a program. It takes place over about 6 months, and you meet as a whole group several times. You'll have various speakers, various topics. You read books together. So there's a set schedule of training days that you meet extensively. And then you also have a smaller group that you work on individual projects with. So you cover everything from emotional intelligence, predictive index, goal setting, accountability. There's time when you meet with the executive team to really just ask questions about the company. There's a lot on finances as well, and better understanding the finances of the company. Another area of emphasis that we spent a lot of time on was just developing relationships, maintaining those, and then giving positive feedback and asking feedback from your supervisors as well.
To me, leadership is just something that, if you want to move forward, is important. And it's a never-ending learning experience. You can never know enough.
I wanted to learn the Goodellnet way of leadership. Every company is different. Every company has different expectations. It was super important to me to understand what we were looking for out of our people leaders, and how they wanted me to perform my job function. And also I wanted to just brush up on leadership skills. It's something that, yes, I do it every day, but it's still important for me to continue to grow.
When I first joined Goodellnet and learned about this Leadership Academy, this was kind of a career trajectory that I've had for a while, is to, continue to grow into some form of a leader, whether that's direct reports or indirect otherwise, leadership that, as I'm getting older, I realize that's something that is something I need to grow into and that I want to grow into.
I would say that as a leader, when I joined Goodellnet in 2017, I was extremely immature. And my goal over the last couple of years has been really to improve how I manage people in my side gig, how I work with my coworkers here at Goodellnet more effectively and more empathetically, and just really find better ways to communicate. We actually, as part of the Leadership Academy, we each have a capstone project. And mine was essentially to redo the onboarding process of new clients. Some of it implemented, some of it not. But at the end of the day, through going through kind of the process of thinking through how to change such a massive part of what we do as an organization, I was able to take the learnings from the Six Sigma methodology. And we recently implemented a new way of communicating between account managers and engineers. So within our documentation platform, we were able to build out a template to convey information that engineers needed to use. I completely developed it via the Six Sigma methodology.
We're repairing computer equipment all the time. There's the stuff everywhere. We have processes for everything else that comes in when it's brand new, but we didn't have the same process for when, existing equipment came in for repair. So that project encompassed essentially a process around how we deal with in-office repair on equipment. Biggest change would be client communication around those things, because we're, not looking around the office for equipment that needs to go back to clients, faster turnaround time. And then directly, like with our branch team specifically, I can't attribute all of this to this project specifically, but I know that like last quarter and even the quarter before that, our team overall, branch teams across all the different locations, our CSAT score is like 99%, just above 99%. And then they've consistently a couple of times now had the most amount of excellent surveys amongst all the other teams, which hasn't happened before.
Leadership Academy helps strengthen are important for, advocacy, right? You are leading a cause that you feel strongly about, that's important to you, it's important to others around you. And I think one of the things Leadership Academy shares with you is that external focus. It's more about learning how to sharpen the skills of others. And, one of the parts of advocacy is not just speaking yourself and writing letters and communicating with representatives and others yourself, right? It's bringing others to the cause as well, kind of bringing others behind you to help advocate for that cause. PFLAG is a national organization that supports LGBTQ plus people, and usually they're family members. And, I have family members that are in the LGBTQ community. And as I've been learning about, different concepts and expanding my mind on the different ideas and things to help, support my family members and others, they recently asked me to become a board member of that organization in Tippecanoe County. So as of the last couple of weeks, I'm now the vice president of the PFLAG Lafayette Tippecanoe County chapter. It may not be, all of that heroic of an effort compared to others, but it's something simple and it's something easy to do to make an impact.
I think I've told people like a few times that like I knew I wanted to be here. I had to apply a couple times just to get in. But I've read, I read on the website about the culture. It was very similar to another MSP, which I absolutely loved back home, and it hasn't disappointed yet. So
someone encouraged me to meet with 10 different tech companies by Christmas. And I think I had about 3 months to do it because I knew I had a particular interest and passion in technology and knew that that would be challenging and very rewarding. And so GoodellNet happened to be one of those 10 companies. And I knew right off that the culture would be a really good fit.
So from the Tech Raptor side, which is my side gig, learning how to develop people has been huge. My editors, none of us are journalists. We run a journalism outlet without being journalists. So it's been a lot of hard lessons, a lot of fun lessons, a lot of extremely trying lessons over the last 9 years. But through working at GoodellNet and kind of learning how Nick Smarelli manages the team, or how the different team leads manage people or processes, or even just kind of how GoodellNet's charitable ethos is a big part of who we are. A lot of that I've adopted into my own organization.
I went through Leadership Academy early on in my GoodellNet tenure, and it was really valuable for me to have the leadership of the company, the CEO and others of the leadership team spend all of this time and effort to help develop people from the inside, right? This is something that happens once or twice a year, that they have different Leadership Academy groups. And other companies I've been involved with have had something like this, but not nearly to this extent.
I think the biggest difference is that in other leadership academies, you're learning a lot. There's a lot of presentations, there's a lot of reading, there's not a lot of action. So with our leadership academy, so for example, like we're learning about the process of how to make change, and what the proper process is, the right tools to go through that process, learning things like making problem statements. So you're learning these things, but part of that whole leadership academy, in order to actually pass it, is to actually take a process, identify like a problem, create a process, go through all the steps that you're learning, And you're not just doing it like as a test, like you're legitimately doing it. So that capstone project, it's like, yes, we went through the whole process in training per se, but we also did it in real life, actually went through the process, completed it, had to present it to the leadership team, they had to approve it, and then we actually implemented it.